Hi there and welcome back to Dorset Scouser's Garage. Today we're going to be looking at a bit of maintenance that I've been meaning to do for quite a while but been putting it off a little bit. The boot or trunk, if you're over in America, that seemed to be getting quite damp. It would smell damp, and there was stuff that was in there that was starting to get damp and get mouldy. I think that water's been leaking in through the lights. I don't think I've got the rubber seals around them anymore. But that shouldn't be a problem so much. In the way that the car is designed is that it does let some water through, but it has drainage holes that come back through and down through the car, so that the water doesn't sit in there. If those drainage holes are blocked, then obviously the water does sit in there, and if that problem's left unattended, then you've got potential for rust. I think I've just caught mine just in time, really. There is some rust on the bottom, which we're going to scrape off and treat, and then we're going to clear the drainage holes and we're going to put the boot liner back on. But first we're going to take the boot liner out and get to work on the rust. Looking on the right hand side here, we got some sound deadening padding, the sort of wool material, and this is noticeably damp to the touch, so obviously some water is getting in from potentially the lights in here, so I need to keep an eye on that. I might try and get some of the either the silicone sealants or the rubber seals that go around the rear lights, because we've had a few days of rain here, so this is the first chance I've had to kind of do this little bit of maintenance, but you can see it's not in the best of condition anyway, but that's soaking up the water at the moment. Okay, so first up we're going to clear these drainage holes with a drill. We're going to attack it with a wire brush, simple sort of steel wire brush. So that's just broken off some of the loose bits of rust in there. The rust treatment's going to do most of the work here, but I'll clean and tidy this up a little bit, just so that rust treatment has got a good surface to contact onto. Okay, so the rust treatment I'm using is Hammerite Corust. Obviously there's other products on the market and I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I just picked this up from Halford's. It says it transforms rust into a usable surface in 15 minutes, and then after 3 hours you can apply a top coat. So I'm going to stick this on, and hopefully within 3 hours we can put a primer on. I might run out of time this evening, so I might do that tomorrow. But yeah, this is definitely going to help the rust issue. Okay, so typical me has got a brush that's too big for the job, but I'll dip this in, and the liquid should start turning blue or black as it's applied on and reacts to the rust. So let's see how this goes. That's how it looks on the brush. So I'm just going to paint it on. So yeah, just from the small amount that I've done, you can see it's starting to darken up a little bit. It's just this area here. I might go around some of the edges of these drainage holes as well. But yeah, that's working and looking good. Okay, so as you can see, that's really starting to react with that rust now. So I'm going to give that a couple of hours, and then if I have time tonight, I'll spray the top coat on. I've got some red primer in a rattle can, which will just hopefully give it a bit of a surface for the water to run off. But yeah, looking good. So it looks like the rust treatment's worked its wonders overnight. That's fully reacted and it's got quite a nice smooth finish to it. So it's ready for a coat of primer. I'll just mask up the edges of the paint that I don't want to spray the primer onto, so we'll just get on with that. Not sure how well this is going to come out on camera, but it's a really bright day and I don't want to stick the camera in there while I'm spray painting. I'm just using standard kind of halted primer. I've marked the areas that I don't want on there, but as you can see, that nice surface is now rust proof, rust converted and rust proof, and I'm just going to spray in this area. Actually, I'm going to put another sheet of paper there. The dust clear. Not dust, paint fumes. Yeah, that looks good. I'll just let that settle and then I'll put another coat on. Quite a good match to the original body colour actually. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, pretty solid. Obviously if I was doing a proper job on it, I would put another top coat on, but this boot is red, which is the original colour of the car, and it was fairly recently it was resprayed yellow, so not all the insides have been done. Door shuts aren't done, and engine bay and bonnet, not bonnet, boot. So yeah, that red primer will just stop it rusting. I'll let it dry for a little bit and then I'll take the masking off, and we should have nice clear drainage holes and the rust hopefully sorted. I'd say for a 10 or 15 minute job, that's not bad. Obviously I'd urge anyone with an S2000 who hasn't done this recently to check their drainage holes. Obviously it can be a real problem if water's sitting in there and it's rusting away. This preventative measure doesn't take much time and much cost. If your boot floor rusts through, then it's a big job. You basically have to kind of weld out all of this, drop it down and then put a new one in, and it requires removing the exhaust, and I think you have to remove the fuel tank as well, so quite a messy job. But if you just keep on top of the maintenance, it's all good. So the carpet in the boot is ready to go back in, and that's the job done. So that's pretty much it from this video. Nice simple bit of maintenance for your Honda S2000 to prevent rust. But yeah, there'll be plenty of videos coming on this YouTube channel soon, so give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in a future video.